Something I'm curious about is that you're a marketing professor, and
Yes.
in most of your videos, you use a negative like connotation, meaning like don'ts
don'ts.
of something or
Yes.
like the shock of something. Like, is there a reason for that?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
What is it?
Because nobody wants to watch the 10 things you should do someplace. They want to see what you don't do in someplace. And what's funny is my don'ts videos are actually very positive. It's like, don't forget to do this. And how I've done that is because I saw if I give people advice that's a negative thing, people get really mad and they turn off the video. They're not going to listen. So I'm like, look, don't, and the thing is, if I give them some good advice, which I always try to, always honest stuff, like good stuff, and then it's easier to give them some more of the serious tips. So it was an easier way for me to get people to watch videos so they could get to know the culture so they don't make some mistakes, some culture mistakes, but also don't forget to do some fun things. So it's not all negative. It's very positive because there'll be people that'll comment, I got on here to say horrible things as you said, don't visit my place, but watch this. This is actually really nice. You have a really good idea. You know exactly what my culture is like. I'm like, awesome. But you have to do that to get, it's not clickbait. It's just like, look, I put it, it's just how I phrase it.
It's marketing.
It's marketing. Because no one's going to watch, hey, 10 things you should know before you go to Venezuela. They're not going to watch that. They got to see, they got to have something that ties them in to why should I? What's in it for me? Okay, well, don't do this when you go there so you have a better trip. Right? And so don't forget to do this so you have a better trip. And so that's what worked. And it was funny because the first set of videos that really worked really well for our travel stuff is these 5 things you love and hate about going to a destination. Because all the travel blogs and all the guidebooks were saying how every place was wonderful. Not every place is wonderful. And I think of these families that they're spending all this money, like maybe it's their only trip to Europe in their life, and a guidebook says this place is fantastic, but it's actually garbage. Think about it, like one time in your life, and you spend a 10-day vacation, you spend 2 days in the city because this guidebook says it was great. That's 20% of your only trip to Europe in your entire life was wasted because somebody, got an extra beer to write a nice review or didn't want to hurt somebody's feelings? Like, that's not right. Like, if you have students that are from my class, I'm like, look, my job is to help you get ready for the real world. I want to help you. So sometimes to help people, you got to tell them the good and the bad. And so that's what we started to do with our travel stuff. We started to do these 5 11 hates, and that really resonated with people because there wasn't anybody telling the truth. And now things have gone that it's like, oh, the horriblest, worstest thing ever. And they overdo it. You're like, okay, you're going too far. So we really try to keep it like, look, if you're going to travel, whether you're a solo traveler, a student going to study abroad, or you're a family going to go, we have stuff for you. Like our logo is a train. Because here's the thing. If it's a plane, that's usually rich, right? You got a private plane, you're rich and all these kind of things. Or a fancy car. But the train, everybody takes a train. Doesn't matter if you're young, if you're old, if you're a man, you're a woman, if you're rich, if you're poor, we all take the train. And so when you travel the world, you see that. So our travel advice is for people, for everybody, right? So we want to help everybody enjoy the world. So that's what we kind of focus on. And those don'ts can help everybody that goes, whether they're a student or whether they're a family. But I want them all to have a good time and be prepared.